What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another Platinum Trophy video for you guys. Today I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy in Gran Turismo Sport on the PlayStation 4. Now, the last trophy that I do have to get is Top Drawer Drifter, which has earned a total of 1 million drift points. This actually wasn't that difficult to go for, and it didn't take as long as I thought it would take considering the rarity of the trophy, and I did enjoy going for this grind after doing everything else throughout the game in regards to the online. Before we go any farther into the video, I just want to let you guys know that the servers or services for this game are going to be shut down at the end of January 2024. So if you're going for it now, you got a little bit more time. If you haven't gone for it, then I'm sorry, it's probably going to be unobtainable. Also, if you are having any issues with any of the trophies or anything throughout the game, there will be a link to a trophy guide down in the description below. If you guys do go on to enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like. Let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments below, and consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification to stay up to date on all my new trophy content. Anyway, with all of that being said, let's get right into this video. I did live stream myself getting this Platinum Trophy. I do live stream all my Platinum Trophies and various other games over on Twitch, so if you want to follow me, there's a link for that down in the description below. Now, where do I start with this game? Well, let's start with the most annoying thing throughout the game, which is going to be the online. When this game came out, it was online only. There was really no single player. So all the trophies for this game are really, well, a majority of them are tied to the online. So what you need to do in order to get all the trophies for the online is you need to win 91 races, you need to complete 322 races, I believe, and you need to get pole position in 65 races. Now, if you're hearing that list, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's not too bad, right? Well, the problem is you have to do that. Well, I guess you could call it a problem. You have to do it in the sport mode, which is basically the open competition mode in the game. You have no control over vehicles. You have no control over courses. You have no control over who's in the game. It's all open to the public. So it is extremely annoying, especially when the servers are going down and it's all the majority trophy hunters in there. It can be very, very annoying to go for that stuff. So when I started the game, and the other thing is the race that happens, before I move on, the race that happens, it's a race that resets every single month. It's a daily race. It only goes every 20 minutes, so you can only do 3 races an hour. And it's just very, very annoying. Like, you waste a lot of time just sitting around waiting for stuff to load and stuff like that. So it's extremely annoying. So on top of that, you have to deal with a bunch of random people. You have to deal with just over amounts of stress and everything throughout every single game that you're playing. What I told myself in October when I was playing through was, hey, let's just try to get 1 win a day. If I can get 1 win a day, that'll get me done by the time that's, 3 months, everything will work fine. If I overachieve maybe 2 to 3 wins a day, that would be great. Well, I put the game down for like 3 to 4 weeks. And then I came back and I was knocking out wins, like 10 wins a day sometimes, because I was playing at very awkward hours, like really early in the morning, really late at night. I was playing like in the middle of the day, like times that people really wouldn't play. Like I wasn't playing around dinner. I wasn't playing on the weekends, times that people were free. I was trying to stay away from. But overall, I was able to get some really good wins in and some really good streaks of wins in. And then I just AFK'd the rest of the 322 races, which was actually pretty interesting. Some mornings when I woke up, when I was AFKing the race, I would be in a lobby completely by myself, which is an easy win for that day, knocked out my daily win goal. But yeah, that's the online. The other thing that really sucks with this game is the level 50. It's an extremely exponential level 50. So by the time you get to around level 46 or so, 45, 46, I think, you're only halfway to your XP that you need to get to level 50. So you need to basically AFK. Well, you can brace if you want to, but it could take thousands of hours. But, I essentially AFK'd from around level 35 to level 50, and that took approximately 150 hours or so of just AFKing a singular race. I think I did the race about 600 times in order to get to level 50. But again, I was doing that at night when I was sleeping or when I went to work or stuff like that. I wasn't playing the game. I was AFKing that. So that was, no issue at all. Now, as for the level 50, I don't know when the server shut down if that will be obtainable anymore. So don't take my word on any of that. But those were definitely the 2 most annoying things: the online grinding and the level 50. And I have to say, from an online grinding standpoint and experience standpoint, this has to be one of the worst games that I've ever played when it comes to online, just because of people trying to dive bomb you and stuff. But also, it has to be one of the most satisfying games that I've ever done from an online perspective when I finish. So it's the worst, but also the most satisfying, which, makes sense. That's how it should be. As for everything else in the game, it's really not that bad. The quote-unquote single player, the circuit experiences, the driver challenges, and things like that, none of them are really that difficult. You'll beat a lot of them by a second or two every single one of the trials, and if you're struggling with one, you have plenty of time and you have plenty of repetition and everything in order to learn what you need to learn. If you're struggling with any of those as well, I do have a playlist down, link down in the description below. It'll take you to all sorts of trophy guides and, circuit experience guides and everything like that. So if you're, again, struggling with any of them, go check that playlist out. But yeah, this has to have been one of the worst grinds that I've ever done when it comes to online, because you really can't grind it. You have to actually legitimately play the game in order to get it done. So you kind of have to, get good. That's really the only way to get these trophies done. You can team up, but it is what it is. And then the level 50 is just like the icing on the cake for the frustration. So there we go. There's going to be our 1 million drift points. We get an in-game achievement, and we'll get the trophy Top Drawer Drifter, which will then earn us the Platinum Trophy, Gran Turismo Platinum Trophy. Really, really glad to get this done. I can't believe I actually finished it. But anyway, with all of that being said, let's take a look at this list. So here it is, 100% with the platinum, no DLC or anything. And as you're looking through the list here, you're going to see that you have those 3 trophies at the top that are tied to that sport mode online. And then you're going to have various other silver trophies for doing all the circuit experiences, the driving school challenges, the mission challenges, and things like that. So all in all, very varied list, very varied list. But there was a lot of very interesting things to do, and I like the random trophies throughout the game. And then you are going to have the level trophies kind of near the bottom. And there's a lot of things that you'll just get while you're naturally playing through the game. So nothing super difficult for the most part, other than that online stuff and then the level 50 stuff. This has to be one of the only games that I felt like super accomplished completing that I could remember in like recent past. And I sunk so many hours into this game that like I was really playing nothing else while I was playing this. Like I was just full-heartedly focused on this because I was like, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done just mentally. I gotta get my mental off of it. I gotta move on. So really happy to get it done. Anyway, here is the trophy profile, 580, trophy level 587, 68%. I've got 14,827 total trophies, got 9,920 bronze, 3,315 silver, 1,348 gold with 244 platinums. And like I said, 14,827 total trophies if you're into that numbers kind of stuff. And then here's the Platinum Trophy itself, again, just called Gran Turismo Platinum Trophy. So, I'm not sure what else to say. This was like, I'm not going to say this was a long time in the making because I did start this game in October. Like, I really waited super long and like super late in order to start this. But I've always said server shutdowns are a blessing in disguise because they make you get games done that you wouldn't like have prioritized. This game was not a priority to me, but I did want to get it done because I do have Gran Turismo 5 platinumed. I do have Gran Turismo 6 platinumed. And this was kind of the next game that I needed to do in order to keep moving on. And then I do need to do Gran Turismo 7 at some point. But I know that that game is, pretty easy compared to the rest of them. Even easier than Gran Turismo 6, which is the easiest game that's out right now. So I feel super accomplished to finish this. I didn't really do any sort of boosting. I met a few people playing through that I'm still playing games with, and I'm super appreciative of that. So all in all, it was an experience, definitely annoying at times, but also super satisfying and super grateful. So let's get into some numbers here. So again, game goes down at the end of this month, end of January 2024. So you're probably not going to be able to finish it because of the amount of hours if you were to start it like literally right now. And again, with that daily race happening every single 20 minutes throughout the day, and there only being 3 races an hour, you'd have to basically race like 24/7 in order to get this stuff done. So anyway, let's talk about numbers. I'm backtracking and, getting into a depressed state, but let's move forward. So number-wise, time it takes to get this platinum. Personally, I think it took me around 250 hours. Now, I would say that's pretty conservative and pretty right because it took me personally about 30 hours to get the wins, but by the time you play through and you get those 322 online wins, you're at most, or I should say at minimum, you're playing the game around 100 hours just for that. Then you have to do the level 50 grind, which adds another 100 to 150 hours, depending how much XP you get while you're playing online. So 100 hours plus another 100 to 150, plus actually playing through the campaign and everything. 250 hours is probably very accurate for how long it will take. Now, of those 250 hours, you'll probably only be playing for about 50 of them. The other 200 will be AFK, whether that's the races or the XP. So I guess not much to worry about there. My personal difficulty out of 10 for this platinum. This is going to be, man, it's so hard because I know people want it to be like a 10 out of 10, and I want to give it a 10 out of 10 because of certain reasons. But I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 just because it can be a little bit easier if you play at less, crowded times. But at the end of the day, this game comes down to pure skill of how good you are at the game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around that. You have to set a good qualifying time in order to get your pole trophy. You need to beat people, live people, in order to get your win trophy. You need to be able to learn the courses and the circuit experiences and things like that in order to get everything else done. So this game comes down to pure skill. But you can mix a little bit of luck in there by playing at certain times. So that's why I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10, because there is a slight bit of luck tied to it. So if you are able to get in during those times, it'll make it easier. So 250 hours, 9 out of 10. If I had to give it a half, I would say like 9.5 out of 10. This is like the closest 10 out of 10 I think I've done in any game. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments below. Down in the description below, you'll find links to that trophy guide playlist that will, help you through this game if you're struggling with anything. You'll also find links to a bunch of other things, my Twitter, my Twitch, other videos like this, basically anything else. So if you want to go follow me on any of those things, I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this, and I hope to see you all around sometime soon.